What did the Modi government achieve in 10 years? Is Edapadi's campaign having impact? People demand everything from any elected representative, and that's what we are supposed to do. In Tamil Nadu, the DMK alliance will win 40 out of 40, including Puducherry.
Welcome, Mr. Dayanidhi Maran, to the Office of the Hindu. This is part of a series of conversations we've been having with senior leaders. Tell us about the campaign, how it's going, and the political situation in general, and the Lok Sabha, how important the Lok Sabha election is for India's future, this particular one.
This election is a very important election for India. To save India, to rescue India from 10 years rule of Narendra Modi and BJP. And especially from the point of Tamil Nadu view, we have been not getting a fair due share from the union government for the last 10 years, especially because of the previous AIADMK government, which pledged all our rights, state rights, to the union government. In fact, we're acting like dummies. And when we see that our rights have been taken off, we feel that even though because we had 39 MPs representing ourselves in the Lok Sabha, we were able to fight for the rights of Tamil Nadu and for the minorities, and for not only for people belonging to Tamil Nadu, for the entire country. Because there was no other opposition party willing to participate in any conversation or any dialogue in the parliament because of the fear that the BJP might attack them with ED, CBI or income tax. But only DMK was a forefront in fighting for all the causes, all the right causes. We are very, very confident in Tamil Nadu, the DMK alliance will win 40 out of 40, including Puducherry, and overall in India, because the Congress is also playing very fair and is not demanding much seats in all the other states. We feel that the regional parties throughout India will make a big impact in this election and will form the government in the coming elections.
Do you think that the BJP is a force to reckon with in Tamil Nadu? This is the first time they are heading a front, and it looks like the AIADMK is a much weaker force than it was earlier. So, do you think that the BJP is growing at the expense of the AIADMK, and although it might be advantageous to the DMK in the short term, what are the implications over the longer term?
In Tamil Nadu, BJP is a keyboard warriors. And they have the IT teams which try to promote themselves larger than life. And in fact, BBC, which did a story against the Prime Minister, had the ED knocking at his door. Just imagine the kind of fear they are inciting. So this is impact. And in fact, in Tamil Nadu, let me tell you, last time BJP, when they stood alone, they were competing severely against Nota. Now they are able to manage some life. Probably they do better than Nota. That is our feedback.
What gives you the confidence that the DMK front will get 40 out of 40? Is it solely based on the alliance arithmetic? Because I'm asking this because we see on the ground that there's some resonance for the campaign that Edapadi Palaniswamy are taking right now. And some of the constituencies looks to be a very intense fight. Say, for instance, Vellore or Dharmapuri, for instance, looks like a very intense fight there.
Okay, it's a good question. So let me ask you, what gives us the confidence? Right from 2019, under the able leadership of our leader, Sir M.K. Stalin, we have been continuously winning the election consistency. And our percentage is nothing less than 52% of the polling. And to that, the same alliance does continue now. Now we have Mr. Kamal also come to our side. And do understand that the opposition is now a divided front. And in fact, that is also going to help us. But is Edapadi's campaign having impact? I find it not so, because as my leader said very, very clear, there's an illegal alliance, unholy alliance between the ADMK and the BJP. Even though that the ADMK decide to part ways with BJP because fearing that they will not get the minority votes. So they feel that the only way they can survive is to stay away from BJP. But we find that wherever BJP is contesting, the ADMK workers are still working for BJP. Probably the CBI, ED have a strong arm over Edapadi and others. This is quite obvious. Even in my own constituency, I find that in the DMDK is contesting from in Central Chennai. But we hardly see any AIADMK workers working for them. They are working for the BJP. So there seems to be an unholy alliance there and seems to continue. I think people do understand why am I confident? Because I am on the ground. So when you are on the ground, it's a totally different a scenario. Because the success for DMK is that we go to we believe in our foot soldiers, and everyone has to be a foot soldier. The ground is very, very clear. And if there's no impact of Mr. Modi coming over and over again to Chennai, and people are able to see through it.
On the field, if you look at primarily in cities and larger towns, this election, this Lok Sabha election, seems more like an election on which local issues seem to matter. So if you come to central Chennai, people are talking about congestion, they're talking about flooding, they're talking about water, availability of water. Similarly, in these major cities and towns, it seems to be about local issues. What is your?
See, what my leader has advised us when we go stand for elections is, there is no differentiation in your role as a councillor, as an MLA, as an MP. People demand everything from any elected representative, and that's what we are supposed to do. We have issues, especially a city like Chennai. It's a growing city, and we are doing alterations over and over and again. In fact, the traffic issue was a major issue. I took it up to the Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, said we have to do something because we are the builders of infrastructure. The first flyover in Chennai was built in 1973, Anna flyover. After that, 10 flyovers came in 2000. Desalination plant was brought by DMK. The metro rail was brought by DMK. All the infrastructures was immediately RCM formed a I-Power committee headed by the Chief Secretary, which will meet every month to look into Chennai's traffic. And that's the reason your Anna Sale, or our Anna Sale, you see that now is more of a signal-free Anna Sale, which we are going to do. And again, we have also proposed now a elevated road starting from Eldams Junction up to Little Mount. And also Purnamali High Road, there's a project now it's going to happen after the elections. We're going to elevate a road all the way over Purnamali High Road. See, we have to do it. The problem is this, one side we have metro work going on, which is really destabilizing us. The other side we have other works has to come on. It's like you live in the house and you want to renovate. There's got a lot of problems which we are also seeing. And the worst problem is the metro. If metro comes in, see the problem in Chennai, as all of us know, all of us do not want to live in a rented house. We'll have an ancestral house, suppose you stay in Adyar, but you'll be going to work in Ambattur. Similarly, someone will have an ancestral house in Ananagar, you'll be working in the IT corridor. So all we do will be crisscrossing Chennai, which causes a major problem. Civic issues are there. I do understand, and I can assure you that the speed we are clearing us. Because basically what happens? Everyone's house, ancestral house, there. The second or third generation wants to convert to a flat. So basically you see all the roads which had our independent houses are now converted to flats. There are no trees. All the trees have been cut. The drainage system is 40 years, 50 years old. Now, the drainage system was supposed to take us, say, 60 houses. 60 times 8. That's the kind of, we are talking at the pressure. So, yes, it is the duty of the civic corporations to do it. We are doing it. But what happens is, it's a process. We can't just dig up the entire road and put a pipe. Wherever the faults are coming, we are doing it. And what was the concern? Because our new desalination plant has started taking care of northern Chennai. We have one taking care of southern Chennai. We are taking care of central Chennai. But the population is growing. Our demand is also growing. So new desalination plants are in the pipeline. It's a continuous process. I can't say if I do this, can I assure that the population of Chennai will never increase? Or people coming to Chennai will not will decrease? No. We have to keep on assuming and keep on doing. It's an ongoing process.
So one of the striking differences between the DMK's campaign and the BJP's is the style of politics. For example, it's been described as presidential style of politics that they follow. Whereas as these questions reflect, the DMK is talking more about local, state level issues. How do you, it's fine, you're on a strong footing on those issues, but what message do you project? This is a Lok Sabha election. What message do you project to the broader constituency that is India itself?
Our world is Tamil Nadu. First. Then we go to India. Because right now, if I won't come and tell my constituents, no, we have this, India, we have to form a policy of that. He said, first, what are you going to do for me? Because first is, everyone is selfish. I want to take care of my locality first. Then only will I worry about others. Again, it's very, very interesting. A presidential style? Yes. In US, you have duopoly. You have the Republicans or the Democrats, but India is not that. We have multiple parties contesting here. And please, why don't you go visit Uttar Pradesh? Why don't you visit Madhya Pradesh? Go to Rajasthan. They behave the same way. In Tamil Nadu, they have nothing else to say. They have nothing to showcase. Because they don't have showcase, they are talking as if they are somewhere, some other part of India. They talk about the Gujarat model. They talk about the UP model, double engine growth. Then why are people from UP and Gujarat coming to Chennai to work? If they're so successful there, why are they coming there? Here they are trying to hoodwink. The narrative is here. This is the narrative. Oh, look at the Gujarat model, because none of us go to Gujarat. Oh, look at the UP model, because none of us go to UP. So, and everyone speaks about it. And since they get already a reserved space in all the newspaper, people start to believe it.
Do you feel the need to talk about secularism in a state like Tamil Nadu, which has been ruled by the Dravidians?
The sad part is that the BJP is trying to divide us. They are making a decision, they are trying to divide us in the name of religion. And when it comes, we have to enlighten our people. See what will happen if they come back. If BJP comes back again, they are already talking about one nation, one election, then it is going to be a dictator. Then what happens? And when movement, they have a delimitation and ensure that we follow the delimitation model and changes MP seats have been reorganized.
You said your bloc's main agenda is to oppose Modi from coming back to power. What I want to ask you is, would it be better if you had an alternative economic and political and philosophical agenda which you can sell to the masses? For instance, DMK. I don't know what DMK's economic agenda in the state is. You formed an economic advisory council which had Esther Duflo and Sean Reyes on the one side, Raghuram Rajan and Arvind Subramanian, polar opposites on the other. So what exactly is the kind of advice you're getting from this council, and what is your economic philosophy, both of DMK and the opposition political alliance?
Okay, what did the Modi government achieve in 10 years? I'm going to ask you this. When Mr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister, he took over the reins in 2004. The GDP was 50 lakh crores. When Manmohan Singh demitted office in 2014, it was 100 lakh crores. Typically, every 10 years, the GDP is doubling. So when Modi took over, it was 100 lakh crores. In 2024, how much should it be? Double means 200 lakh crores. It's not that. It is only 167 lakh crores. So, has the BJP or Modi performed extremely well economically, or has Nirmala Sitharaman delivered? They will never go into the finer prints. In fact, we find in our, the budget is presented, because the way the earlier budgets used to be so different, so much into details. Here is just a generalized statement. We have to go back and look into the finer details. Tamil Nadu has these economic advisors to advise us, because the previous Edappadi government has put us in a lot of debt, which has to be, we have to ensure that we have to stand. We had so much debt, and they are advising on that. What happens in the closed room, I am not aware afterwards.
Isn't an alternative agenda better to sell to the masses than opposing Modi alone?
We are selling, first is this, I have to be alive. My life is very, very important. If only will I, if I'm alive, can I take care of my next generation? The way Modi is going to go, I'm worried. Probably I might be alive, but everyone around me will be dead. In that case, what is my first survival instinct? I have to make sure that, yes, my Tamil Nadu has to live. People in Tamil Nadu have to live. Whether he is Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or a Sikh, he has to live. Then not only can I have Tamil Nadu. Our policy is very clear. When we talk about secularism, we are very clear. We are making sure our state rights, we are very, very clear. What they are doing, they are trying to take away our rights. See, our policies are very clear. DMK has given an election manifesto. We want to reduce the price of petrol. We want to reduce the price of diesel. We want to reduce the price of gas. I was expecting some questions from you from that side. How are you going to do it? I would have answered you. But you asked me those very important, which is relevant for the common man. For the common man, he doesn't care what is your foreign policy with China or with Russia. For me, is how much of petrol prices today. What is the gas price per every month I have to shell out? That's what they are asking.
And where will you find the money to bring petrol to 75?
How did we do in 2004? We subsidized.
Crude was at $60 a barrel then.
We subsidized it. Didn't we now do? Why did Nirmala Sitharaman put an excise duty during COVID time? Has she reduced it? COVID is long gone. No one is suffering from COVID now.
So you'll reduce excise duties, is it?
Because excise duty, no states benefit. Only they benefit. And what happened? What is the Russian oil price now? 50% of the market price. Who are making windfall profits out of the Russian oil? Only 2 companies were importing Russian oil.
There's a windfall profit tax.
Do we even know what is the profit Reliance and Adani's did? And it is a backdoor entry for them to supply petrol, diesel to Europe. They could have supplied us to that same petrol to us, to what they are getting from Russia. We could have gotten half the price. Is it wrong in me asking that? Who the hell cares about Europe? First, I want to feed my mouth first. I want to feed my children and my people. But we still have to pay 100 rupees for petrol and diesel. And literally about 1,100 for gas. Thank God for the election. 100 rupees. After increasing nearly 600 or 700 rupees, he's giving me 100 rupees discount. Is it fair?
It seems to me that the era of great debates in the legislature are over. Is the space for effective parliamentarians or legislators shrinking?
From 2004 to 2014, I was a member of parliament. We had such healthy debates. Dr. Manmohan Singh will make it a point during this subject to sit in the parliament. Pranab Mukherjee will make sure, as the leader of the house, to be the parliament. Every member will make it a point for a healthy argument. And if the leader of opposition raises a point, he will be given the floor to even be Advani or Sushma Swaraj to make the point. It was such a democratic system. We missed 2014 to 2019. When we went there, we were shocked. Yes, they had a brutal majority. It was going to Sangh Parivar. We saw a lot of Samyas and everyone in their colors, and we had to swear in as a member of parliament. Usually they allow us to swear in as a member of parliament in their mother tongue or whatever the state. So I was just watching. So I was just see who would all. The BJP guys came. His mother tongue is Hindi, but to show his superiority, he was trying to add words and take oath in Sanskrit. This is when we got really pissed off. Said, what are you trying to do? That's when we said, Varga Periyar, Varga Anna, Varga Tamil, Varga Kalinga. This is when we came out. From that time, we have been so vociferous. In fact, Sonia Gandhi was there and said, we never had even leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha. And none of us are allowed to talk. So Mrs. Gandhi said, Dayanidhi, you have not been here for the last few years. This is how the house runs. I said, we will not. The DMK will not allow the house to run in this undemocratic way. We made them, we trained them to run the house proper. In fact, we have stalled the houses because they never allowed us to talk. They will talk about anything they want because they being ministers, they get the floor of the house. When you want to talk about Adani, they will not allow us to talk. They will not, but we made them do it. See, the process has to happen. You just really let go. Will you let go? Your neighbor encroaches into your place. They say, he's stronger than me. I just have to accept it. No. DMK or people from Tamil Nadu will never do that. We'll fight for our rights. We need healthy discussions. It's a democratic country. Why should we let go there? Then why do you need to elect an MP? Just elect Modi and let him decide what he wants. That's called dictatorship, right? Am I right?
Mr. Udayanidhi's remarks on Sanatan Dharma, the Prime Minister has latched onto it. Even now, every time he comes to Tamil Nadu, he says that the DMK is anti-Hindu, the Congress is anti-Hindu. I don't know the impact that it will have in Tamil Nadu, but in the north, Hindi belt, I think your allies are facing the heat because of this remark. So do you think that is the DMK under pressure from its allies to tone down its stand on Sanatan Dharma? And what do you think will it be its impact, because the Prime Minister is not letting go of it at all?
What Udayanidhi spoke is nothing new in Tamil Nadu. Periyar spoke. Anna spoke, Kalinga spoke, so Stalin spoke, even I have spoken. All of us stick to us. And what are we saying? Equality. You are no way superior to me because you are born in upper caste. I am no inferior to you because I am born in a lower caste. We are all equals. Is equality wrong?
We're talking about equality and all that. And as a progressive party, why is the DMK not leading the front when it comes to allocation of seats for women? So in this 2024 number of candidates, 950 candidates in all, about 76 are women. That's about 8%. If you look at a real fringe party like the NTK, they've fielded 50% of women. So is there, like, what is the question here? Is it winnability? What are you concerned about?
It's the DMK government which ensured that 50% reservation in the local elections. Today, if we are having a first woman mayor in Chennai, it's because of the DMK policy decision which we took. And sometimes some political compulsion. Today, we have 3 women contesting in for Lok Sabha as part of DMK. And to understand, we have to reduce our number. We are not standing in 40 seats. If we are contesting in 40 states, then we have more room to play. I'm sure we are progressive. Last time we had 2, now we have 3. I'm sure definitely it's our policy. We believe in empowerment of women, and we want to do that.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Dayan, for joining us.
Thank you.
And, very fruitful discussions and answering all the questions patiently. Thank you very much.